Hey, check off. Buzz off. You don't have a spot to stand here for. What'd you say, Spock? Spot me a place. What do I want to talk about? I want to talk about chopping down trees. See the way we chop down trees? This is the way we chop down trees. So this is the way matrix works. This is the matrix screw. On this angle, as you turn it, you can bring something or take something away. You plug this in, right? You plug this in. Same way you can plug this in. One side, two sides. How do we run that? We run it off the system. Tubes. You see the torus in between the three? Well, the three turn, we can pass anything we want. Air, anything we want. So we take these tubes and we set them up this way. Scratch my head, turn the camera over and see if we can find these tubes. Then we take this, which is Rubik's Cube, and we insert it between two cubes. Okay, in between two cubes. Now, this cube has nothing to do with it. It's going to turn these two cubes. This cube over here will be down just a little bit lower. And as these two cubes turn, it'll turn this one. Okay, so these two will turn this one. Okay, 3 cubes. I can't explain the whole thing. Chopping down the tree, the auger. What I'd like to talk about really in this video, okay, and look, whoop, she's falling down. What I want to talk about in this video, okay, is not about the leak, right? It is about the fleur-de-lis. I have drawn the fleur-de-lis in different ways all over the house. I also call the fleur-de-lis a continuation of what is the sigma. You know, sometimes you have your tongue that brings down your food, your mouth that moves, that chews your food, your hands that put the food to your mouth, or you extend your beak, but the final part after your hands is you're still chewing. Hey guys, what's going on? But as we're cutting up our food, as I cut up my food, I can talk to you, hey, what's going on? We don't talk as well. We also have lemongrass. I'd like to know what I have to do with this. I guess I'm going to have to look online. So the fleur-de-lis is very special. Okay, I'm going to try and design one here for you right now. Let me take this off. Will you be able to see my book? Oh, look, a shadow. Okay, here's the fleur-de-lis. Now I take this and I bring it all the way out. And I take that and I bring it all the way in. Okay, now if I really want to design it, right, I can just make the plus sign. Bring it from here to here. This is only a passing from here to here. This is only your central. This is your fleur-de-lis. Okay, this is the way your fleur-de-lis goes. Okay, this is a level. Then you take your fleur-de-lis and you drag it all the way out to here. And you take it and you bring it, and you have to bring it all the way down here. Right back here. Do you see how flat it is? You see how flat it is? You see the angles where it's starting to go inside? You see the way it starts to go inside and to wind inside? And then you take the other side of your fleur-de-lis, okay, and you can bring it back. Now we can either do this, okay, in which the fleur-de-lis is holding 2 eggs, plus 18 plus 12. In low shu, these were changed to 15 and 15. To 7, B and G, and to 4, B and D. The bed of the bag, the ring and the bag, okay? Why is this like this? Because these are the letter exchange. This is low shu. These are the numbers that go alongside with the number count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just going from the left side and the right side. This is the operator. You know, you have in the 0, you have the operator who's in the 0. She's operating 2 sides, right? 2 sides become the eyeballs or the serpent, because it's the serpent who knows. And as you build this human being, and this becomes the nose, okay, and the mouth of the human being. Because this is actually the end of your forehead, and this, okay, and this is that special cut. You know when you watch the Addams Family and they have that special cut over here, okay, or Mickey Mouse, the Mickey Mouse cut. Well, this is your fleur-de-lis. This is the operational center, okay? That's inside of you. The left hemisphere, the right hemisphere, thinking, right? You can see, you can think, you close your eyes, you open your eyes, you see within. So this is the basics of the fleur-de-lis. At the same time, when you see the fleur-de-lis, it's sometimes done like this, okay? Because this part is cut off. But where does that part come from? It comes from a different extension where you go from underneath the fleur-de-lis and you create your spade from that fleur-de-lis. And then you have your one candle light. At the same time, you can add on to this, right? You can add on to this, and this would be a big nose, and this would be the mouth, and this would be the nose, and this would be the dog, and this would be his hands, and his other hand would be right over here. Okay, this would be the floor, and he'd be looking at the floor right now over here. He'd be looking at the floor. Okay, you see him, and here's his hair, here's his foot. You want to see the way his foot would actually be, it'd be like this. Okay? So, at the same time, if you really want to look at it, right? At the same time, if you really want to look at it, you actually have this side over here, right? And this side over here, the fleur-de-lis. You do this over here. You put down your feet over here. And you can do it this way. Or if it was a club, you just box it in this way, and box it in this way, and box it in this way. And now you've clubbed in the fleur-de-lis. And then you clubbed in the fleur-de-lis, and then you spaded it by removing everything and now running only with a spade. And this spade becomes this body that bends over. This is the one that bends over backwards, this dog, because if somebody else is running the left and one of the hemispheres of the entire fleur-de-lis. So now, what I want to go now to say right now is when we talk about fleur-de-lis or anything, I want to talk about the word peach. In the word peach, once you have E and A together, I'm showing you just a short example, we're going to put an O. Once you put an O, we add an E to the end of the word. Why? Because H says two sides right away. So we put an H. This is for French. It tells us two sides. It says masculine or feminine. So then it would say poche, which means the pocket or part of the kangaroo. All these numbers, okay, and each letter, they all mean something different. If I show you number 14, it's actually 1/4. 1/4 of each of these. 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, 1.25 equals to the center value of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals to 15. A and E come together. That's why V1 comes together, because it's four corners as D, okay, as E, minus 1 in Roman numerals over here, okay? The flower, or fleur-de-lis, says the story of lies, the two sides of lies, in which inside Y, if we do not use I, because as I, we represent it right here, okay? As Y, it's the separation, because what can Y do? Y can carry a box on its back. You ever see Y carry a box? There's Y carrying a box, right? And Y would hang itself upside down just to understand that, look, why not? This would be your gimel. The slanted Y over here. You see the angle of it? 2537. This says house of the center. 37, 47, 56. This is communication. Automatically, because we have this, we're going to lower this to 16. Why? Because 1 plus 9 equals 10. 0 always equals 6. Make this 16 instead of 19. 6 turned into 9. Now we have 56. Then we get 53. Earth and Pluto. Earth and Jupiter. Sorry. We have Earth and Jupiter, which also creates 15 and 8, equaling to number 23. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. So we go back to the same number, 11. 8 and 11. 8 and 11, 19. 19. 19 will be represented as 7. Excuse me, we went down 3 over here. We can go down on each of these. This one over here, we went down to 7. This one over here, we went down to 7. This one we went 737. 737 explained the wings of Nibiru inside its name. Okay? DNA, ADN, the flower of 2 cycles. AD, because it's in the E family, automatically gets an O. It says don, okay, or a gift. It says the crossways, okay, into the circle of 360, okay, of the delta angle, which means one side. The delta angle is this, this, and this, but it's upside like this. That's the delta angle. That's your split between the heaven and the hell, above and a below. 7 above, 8 below. If it's 8 below, it's 8 and 8 is 16. 16 plus 32 equals to 16. 16 times 20% is 3.2 equals to 12.8. The heaven of where we are. Now, what I'm going to explain about this, okay, is we get one of the numbers over here. 12, 27, okay, and 19. This is because YZY, where Y ends up after Z. Here's the first Y before Z, WXYZ, and here's ZYZ, which in all reality, this would be A again. This would be A. Why? Because the 26th letter, if you went to A, it would be Z. Y if you went backwards, but if you reconnect it to the alphabet, it would be A. Yabba dabba do. This becomes 7. This also becomes 16. As 16, this becomes 55. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 plus 5 is 10 equals to 35. Back to the same number again. 5 by 8 is 40. 5 plus 8 is 13, 53. This says angel. Okay? Why? Because it's split heavens. The 8 is of two parties. If you add 1, 10, 19, and 28 together, it'll equal 58. 2 sets of reds and 2 sets of blacks. 19 would be red and 1 would be red. 10 and 28 would be black. This equals to the 7. So once we bring these numbers down one more set, if I can remember how to bring these numbers down one more set, okay, YZY. Now I have to go back one page. I didn't even want to go this far with this. I might just stop right over here. You ever see this? The peacock, the rooster, the pleasant, the turkey, the pineal gland, and the cat's penis. Okay, all stick to the same board. Okay, we're not going to go to this. Android. I said don. DNA is a don. It's a D-O-N. D-O-N-O equals to E and A equals to the transmission of the dean becomes the teacher. The DNA is the teacher. So whatever they manipulate into us, this is the DNA of the teacher, and somehow it connects to the Sphinx because of the cat, the 9 lives of the cat. 414. How do we want to spell cat? 315. 315 spells cat. Okay? C-A, and I don't know why this is supposed to be an E. Well, it's supposed to be actually 318 or 312. Cats. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. And when you say that, it says because. Because the wonderful world of 16 ounces, 28 grams, 1 pound, 3.5, and etc. Once you finish this all out, because equals to 2312. 2312 is the exact answer. 1221. 1221, creation, 2 times 3, 2 plus 3. 31, okay, angel transmission, the cat, C-A-T, cat, communication angle of transmission, the A-T, okay. So we brought the dean. Now if we want to change this, okay, from and to D-O-N, D-O-N of don, E and A come in from O, become this, okay. We turn it around, it becomes the need. Okay, or we split it. It says A-N-D-E, 2 separate words. And-D. Who is Andy? Or the Andes Mountains? Or where? I can get into this and go really far. So we're going to stop that here because where am I going to go with the Andes? I don't want the video to stop down. If you want me to continue and start somewhere, try and give me a place. We talked about the fleur-de-lis. If we want to talk about the 2 numbers of the fleur-de-lis, it's 56 and 58, 114, and that says Abraham. The hand of Abraham. Okay, the hand of Abraham. We work in the Ram cycle. From where? Ram is the cycle. Give me Mir, R-E-A-M, Rem. Give me the angle of Rem. What is the angle of Rem? The angle of Rem is this, the DNA. Give me the delta angle. which means give me the four corners, give me the 1400. Every single corner, okay, on this angle, okay, because it cuts into each of the worlds, is equal to 360 times 4 is 1440. You have two cubes equal to 5760, plus 555 for the three areas is 5775. And there's a lot more that goes with this. So we're going to leave it at now. If you want to take a look, there's more numbers than just this. I'm missing some numbers. If you want to know how to count the certain numbers to 12, 3, 4, and 5 is 12. 4, 6, and 2 is 12. 3, 5, and 6 is 12. Which 12 would you prefer? In the two numbers? Because you need these two. These are the only two in the two numbers that come together. Otherwise, these are the three numbers that come together. Now, do we have a 0.5 in here? Let's use a 0.5. If we use 1.5, we have to use 2.5s to have equality. Therefore, 1 will have no points at all. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Switching the letters around to where they became before they were what they are, what we know them today. A and E becomes the O, and O becomes the A and E, and if it finishes off with an eighth letter or the H letter, which means from two parts, you can put an E at the end or an ES or an ER, meaning the electronic transmission transfer, and you can do this because H stands for two parts. Each part and each angle of H is either a square or it's the top of the house, the fleur-de-lis, the top of the two sides. I can see on two sides, no one can lie to me, I know the truth. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus under the hut, under the constellation of Pegasus, under the hut, 5775. 5 and 5 equals 7. Yeah, 5 and 5 is 10. 0 equals 6 and 1 is 7. So 5 equals 7. So 5775, right? 7 and 7 equals 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 and 5 is 10. 1 and 6 is 7. Becomes 7557, right? So let's do just one more thing. One more thing. 1776 and 6771 equals 7557. 5775 and 5775 becomes 7557. Okay, here it is. Okay, we're gonna need a little bit more compassion with the light. Well, not that much. It's like I got ghosts in my computer. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 and 7 is 14. DNA equals 5. 7 and 7 is 14. DNA equals 5. 14 and 14, 28, the moon. The moon between 14 again. We got the moon between the moon. 14, 14, 14, 42. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 is 8 and 6. 8 and 6 makes it 10. 10 times 10 is 100. 100 degrees Celsius, 212 Fahrenheit. 106, 106, 166, 166, 44, and 44. 5 and 5 is 10. 10 equals to 6. 6 and 1 is 7. 7 and 7 is 14. 7 and 7 is 14. 5 and 5 is 10. 0 equals 6. 1 and 6 is 7. They match. DNA match. The link. The fleur-de-lis. Oh, it's getting hot in here. Pick me up. You all know that pick me up is a shovel. Pick me up is a spade. French and English, my friends, big time. I would know nothing, and maybe I know nothing at all. But for me, that French and English is big time. I live in Quebec. This is great, my friends. It's just a good feeling to feel like you think you know something and not reality. I'm only going to know what you tell me. Hey, buddy, you don't know nothing. I don't. Oh, teach me then. Oh, God, I can use a teacher. Wheesh. Have a nice night.